Dear students, welcome you all for the fifth session of the second chapter of Direct Tax 2, first semester, Mangalore University. So, in this session, we are going to discuss one illustration on income from business and profession. So, my presentation for this session will be firstly, we will discuss one illustration, then we will work out the solution for that illustration in this class. Okay, this is the illustration. Following is the profit and loss account of Mr. Anish. Compute is gross total income for the assessment year 2019-20. So remember, they are given the P&L account. Of course, we have to find out income from business and profession. Here it is business, no profession here. And also we have to compute the gross total income. So you have to remember what is the meaning of gross total income or the concept of gross total income. So gross total income means aggregate income from all the five heads of income, that is income from salary, house property, income from business, then capital gain, and then income from other sources. So these are the particulars. They are given the various expenses such as salaries, rent, advertisement, interest, depreciation, bad debts, local tax of lettered property, then sales tax, income tax, wealth tax, patent acquired or 112-2000. It should be on 17, not 14. The 18, sorry. Then to donation, to provision for bad debts, to interest on loan, to net profit. Then by gross profit, bad debts recovered, not allowed earlier, by rent from house property, interest on FD, then by dividend from units of mutual fund, then by winning from horse race. Then following information is also available. Additional information: salary includes 60,000 to Anish, then advertisement includes 8,000 spent for neon signboard, then depreciation allowable 30,000 excluding patents, then excise duty of 10,000 for the previous year 17-18 was paid during the year which was not debited, then actual bad debts amounted to 6,000, the opening stock 80,000 was undervalued by 20%, then interest on loan included an interest of rupees 4,000 paid in respect of housing loan taken to acquire let out house property, then rent and taxes include rent of rupees 30,000 paid in cash. So this is what the problem is. So what we have to do? First, we have to take the net profit. Okay, net profit you have to take. So as per the accounting calculation, net profit is 5,78,000. But for income tax purpose, this is not the actual income. So what we have to do? We have to add certain inadmissible items, expenses, and also items not included. Then we have to deduct the expenses which are admissible but not debited, and also the incomes not related to business. So this is what we have to do. So that means there will be some inadmissible expenses here, so that we have to add back to the profit because it's already debited. We can see it, it's already debited. Debited means it's minus from the income, so we have to add back to the profit. Then so there are certain incomes here which are not related to business, which is already credited. We have to minus it, so we have to reverse the application here. We have to reverse the method. Okay, then there may be some items which may not have or might not have debited, so we have to debit it. That means we have to minus it. So this is what we have to do. Okay, let's go to the next slide and we will calculate the income from business. So compute income from business and also gross total income. As I told you, there is also calculation of gross total income for the assessment year 2020-21. So let's write here net profit as per P&L account. So what is the net profit as per P&L account? Let's write outer column here. So 5,78,000. Then add what we have to add? Inadmissible. So inadmissible expenses. Let's write down one by one. What are the inadmissible expenses? Let's go to the problem. And we can see here salary is 1,20,000. So but here there is a additional information. Salary includes 16,000 to Anish. So Anish is the proprietor, right? Anish is the proprietor. So whatever the payments done to Anish, it becomes what? Withdrawal. For him, it is a withdrawal. He cannot be employed. So it becomes a drawing. So drawings are not allowed because drawings means using the money for personal purpose. So this is not business related expense. So what we have to do? So we have to add this expense or 16,000 to the profit because it's already deducted here in 1,20,000. 16,000 is also included, right? So this 16,000 is already debited. Now we have to add back. So debited means minus, we have to add back. Let's add back. So how much is the salary of Anish? Let's write here. So it's 16,000. Then let's go to the next one. Go to the problem. So rent and taxes, is there any adjustment related to rent and taxes? Rent and taxes, of course, allowable expenditure, it's debited, correct, but is there any adjustment related to that? You have to see. See here, rent and taxes include rent of rupees 30,000 paid in cash. See, as per income tax law, anything which is paid in cash above rupees 10,000 is disallowed. It should be treated as a inadmissible expense. So here entire 30,000 will become a inadmissible expenses because it is paid in cash. If at all it was paid in check or any other electronic form, then we would not have treated as inadmissible, but it is paid in cash, so that's why it is inadmissible expense. So rent paid in cash, how much is the amount? 30,000. Next, let's go back to the problem. Then to advertisement, 48,000. Of course, it is a allowable expenditure, but we have to see, is there any adjustment related to that? Advertisement include 8,000 spent on neon sign board. So neon sign board is the board which is used to publish, okay, either your name or anything, okay, related to advertisement. So here neon sign board is treated as a revenue expenditure as per the case or as per the judgment given by the court under Confederation of Indian Industry and Orient Ceramics and Industries Limited. So Confederation of Indian Industries and Orient Ceramics Limited have fought for this, and court gave the judgment that neon signboard should be treated as revenue expenditure. Remember this. So it is a allowable expenditure. So nothing to do with that. Then to interest on capital. So true interest on capital is how much? It is 12,000. So what is this interest on capital? Capital is introduced by Mr. Anish. So company is paying the interest to Anish. So can he claim that interest? No, he cannot claim interest. He can claim only profit. So it is again disallowed expenditure. Let's write here. So we have written interest on capital 12,000. Then let's go to the problem again. Depreciation. So what is there regarding depreciation? Depreciation is 36,000. Of course, it is a allowable expenditure. But is there any additional information related to that? Yes, depreciation allowable is 30,000. Allowable is 30,000 excluding patents. So that means as per the Income Tax Act, only 30,000 you can deduct. But how much you have deducted? You have deducted 36,000. That means 6,000 more is debited. So 6,000 extra amount is debited. So what we have to do? So we have to add back that to the profit. Let's do that. How much is the depreciation? It is 6,000. Let's go to the problem and again see bad debts. So bad debts is 8,000. Let's see, is there any adjustment related to bad debts? The actual bad debts amounted to rupees 6,000. So how much has been deducted? 8,000. 8,000 has been debited, but should have been actually 6,000 should be debited. So excess 2,000 is debited. So what we have to do? We have to add back to the profit. Let's do that. So 2,000 excess bad debts. Let's go to the problem. Local tax on let out property. So let out property is what? It is related to income from house property. So there we can deduct here. So you cannot deduct income from business and profession. So what you have to do? So again, this is a disallowed expenditure. So we have to add back to the profit. Let's add back. So local tax on let out property 10,000. Then Sales tax, of course, it is allowable expenditure, nothing to do with that. Is there any adjustment? No adjustment. Then income tax, yes, income tax is paid on the income of the individual, not on the business. So this is related to individual, personal tax. Therefore, it has to be added back to the profit. Let's add that. How much is the amount? 29,000. Let's go to the problem once again. Then wealth tax. So wealth tax is no more now, but it is given in the problem. So wealth tax is paid on the wealth of the person. Again, it is disallowed expenditure. So add back to the profit. How much amount? Write down. So let's go to the problem. Patents acquired. So patents acquired is 40,000. So it is a capital expenditure. It becomes an asset. So what we can do is we can claim only the depreciation. Okay, depreciation can be claimed. So 40,000 is the total amount of asset acquired. So, but what here what has happened? So in profit and loss account, they have debited the patents. So it is a capital expenditure. So profit and loss account is a replication of only revenue expenditure. So this is debited, that means minus. So what we have to do? We have to add back the capital expenditure. So let's add that. Let's go to the problem once again. Then donations. So donations is not related to business. This is the amount you are giving to outside. Okay, so again it is a disallowed, not related to business. Okay, so but it is debited, so we have to add back. So write down donations. So let's go to the problem once again. Then provision for bad debts. Any provisions are not allowed or should be treated as inadmissible. Okay, only business expenditure should be considered as admissible. All other expenses like provisions, reserves cannot be considered as allowable expenditure for income tax purpose. So it should be added back. Provision for bad debts. What is the amount? 2,000. Let's write. Let's go to the problem. Then interest on loan. So interest on loan is related to what? Let's see in the adjustment. See a seventh one. Interest on loan included an interest of rupees 4,000 paid in respect of housing loan taken to acquire let out house property. This is related to house property. So remaining amount is related to business. So what has to be done? It has to be 4,000 is not related to business, 8,000 is related to business. So 4,000 should be added back because it is related to house property. Let's write here. So interest on loan related to house property 4,000. Let's go to the problem once again. So all the expenses are finished. Let's see any other expenses remained. Salary, advertisement, depreciation, excise duty, it should be deducted. Okay, actual bad debts over. Opening stock of rupees 80,000 was undervalued. So what will you do with this opening stock? So is undervalued. So opening stock will appear in debit side, right? So debit side, instead of showing how much 80,000 was undervalued by 20,000. For example, instead of showing 50,000, you have showed only 40,000. So what happens? Only 40,000 you have deducted. So 10,000, 50,000, out of that 40,000 you have deducted, 10,000 you have not deducted. So that means you have to deduct 10,000. So it will come under less in deduction. Then interest on loan over. So next everything is over. Okay. Now let's add all these things and write here. So 1,86,000 is the total of all. Then this is the total after adding all these expenses. Now let's go to the next one, that is less. So the next one is less non-business incomes. Whatever the incomes which are not related to business, we have to minus it. And also if there is any admissible expense which are not debited to P&L account, we have to debit it. So let's go to the problem and see. On the income side, see here, first one, bad debts recovered. So bad debts recovered, not allowed as earlier. That means it was disallowed. Now you are getting it. Got it? Okay. So now what happens now? So bad debts, what you do if you allow bad debts here and if you recover it, then it is a business income. You got it? If you treat bad debts as allowable or admissible, and if you recover here, you will that is treated as normal business income. But if you disallow here, disallow me, you if you show it as inadmissible expense, and if you recover it, then it is not related to business because you have shown it as a inadmissible. So here also it becomes a inadmissible. It is a non-business income. So what we have to do? We have to deduct it. It's already added here. We have to deduct it. The first one. So bad debts recovered 2000. Let's go to the problem once again. Buy rent from house property. Of course, this is related to income from house property, not related to business. So let's deduct it. Rent from house property. So rent from house property 1,24,000. Let's go to the problem. Buy interest on fixed deposits. So fixed deposit is not related. Interest is not related to business here. Fixed deposit, you are investing some amount in bank and then you are getting some money. So it is income from other source, not related to business. So we'll deduct it. So interest on FD 8,000. Then there is buy dividend from units of mutual fund. So buy dividend from units of mutual fund is related to mutual fund, not related to business. So again it is not related to business. So let's write down here. So buy dividend from mutual fund, it's 5,000. Let's go to the next slide. Before that, we'll go to the problem and see is there any other income. So there is last one, buy winnings from horse race. It is 14,000 net. So what we have to do, this is horse race. So it is again income from other source, not related to business. So we have to deduct this income from the business. Let's go to the next slide. So winning from horse race 14,000. Let's see is there any other expense, sorry, any other income. So I think almost all incomes are covered. Now what we have to do is we have to go and see in the additional information, salaries or advertisement related or depreciation or excise duty. See this one, an excise duty of 10,000 for the previous year 2017-18 was paid during the year, which was not debited. So we have to debit it. That means we have to minus it. Okay, let's do that. So excise duty is a normal business expense, but it was not debited. Now we are debiting it. We are deducting it. So let's go to the problem once again. The opening stock of rupees 80,000 was undervalued by 20%. So undervalued, that means should have been debited but not debited. So we'll debit now. We will minus it now, whatever the amount which was not debited. So here 80,000 means 20%, right? So sorry, 80,000 means 80%. So what is 20%? So we have to cross multiply. So 80,000 into 20 divided by 80. So it is 20,000. Then let's go to the problem. I think almost everything is covered. One thing we have left of, that is patents acquired. It is an asset. So for that depreciation has to be provided. Nothing is mentioned here, but depreciation has to be provided. So rate of depreciation is not given. So for all intangible assets, the rate of depreciation is 25%. So let's give the depreciation because it's not debited. But while calculating the depreciation, we have to see how many days the asset has been used. Let's go to the problem once again. The asset is purchased on 1/12/2018, right? So from December, January, February, March, only 4 months. So that is less than 180 days. So that means only 50% of the depreciation has to be given. So into 1 divided by half. That comes around 10,000. So that means we have finished every item. So let's write the total of the deductions here. So total deductions is 1,88,000. Let's minus it from the 7,62,000. So how much it will become? So 7,62,000 minus 1,88,000. So it is 5,74,000. So this is income from business. So income from business 5,74,000. Now let us calculate gross total. So first one, no salary, income from business, income from house property. So we can see in the problem, so there is rent from house property. So they are given the rent. Now we have to calculate the income. Anyway, we have learned how to calculate the income from house property. So what you have to take? First we have to take gross annual value. So gross annual value, there is no rates to compare, only rent is given, so that becomes the gross annual value. So GAV is there is no information, so GAV is rent received, that is total 1,24,000. let's write here 1,24,000. so no rates to compare, no vacancy period, nothing. Okay, but there is municipal taxes which is given in the problem. We can see here to local taxes on let out property, that is 10,000. so that has to be deducted. Let's deduct that. So municipal tax 10,000. so remaining is your NAV. How much is the NAV? So NAV is 1,24,000 minus 10, that is 1,14,000. Then we have to deduction under section. So that is 1,14,000 into 30%. So 34,200. Then there is another one. Let's go to the problem. See a seventh one. Interest on loan included an interest of 4,000 paid in respect of housing loan taken to acquire let out property. So this is regarding the let out property interest on loan. We have to deduct it here. So interest on loan 4,000. So total deduction is 38,200. Let's write it outer column. So income from house property is 1,14,000 minus 34,800, that is 75,800. So we have computed income from house property. Next one is income from business. So income from business we have already computed. So it is how much we have computed income from business. It's here itself 5,74,000. Next one is income from other sources. There's no capital gain here, so directly we'll go to income from other sources and let us calculate. Let's go to the problem. We'll find out how many income from other sources are there. So first one, interest on FD, fixed deposit, then buy dividend from mutual fund, then buy winning from horse race. So totally there are 3. Let's write all that 3 in income from other sources. So interest on FD is given in the problem. It is 8,000 rupees. Let's write here. So it's 8,000. Then dividend from mutual fund. Dividend from mutual fund is exempt under section 10 of the Income Tax Act. So it is exempt. Then winning from horse race, it is given as net. We can see in the problem it is given as net. Now we have to gross it up because we cannot take net income. So what we are doing is gross total income. So we have to gross it up. So gross it up means already tax is deducted. After deducting the tax, we will get net income. So we have to include the tax also while calculating the gross total income. So let's gross that income. It's simple. Winning from horse race attracts 30% tax. So that means what is given is 70%. 14,000 is equal to 70%. So what do you mean by, what is it for 100? So 14,000 into 70 divided by 100. So you will get the gross amount. We can write it here. So it is 20,000. So we have got the total income from other sources also. Let's write down here. So now to arrive at gross total income, we have to add all this: income from house property, income from business, then income from other sources. Let's total it. So it's 6,77,800. So gross total income is 6,77,800. So we have to just calculate gross total income, need not calculate tax liability. So this is how we have calculated gross total income and also income from business. So thank you for watching this video. So we'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much.